WNEMTV5 starts right now with breaking news.
Tonight, for the first time in our history, we will strike all three of the big three at once.
And that breaking news happening overnight, of course, the official strike against the big three, General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis, executed at midnight by Union President Shawn Fain. We have a live look right now at some UAW union members who are striking near Detroit this morning.
But instead of a widespread walkout right away, the UAW now striking at select locations. This
story will be developing all morning long, so thank you so much for being here with us on this Friday morning. I'm Blake Keller.
And I'm Sierra Searcy. 3 units were called to strike this morning, and right now none of them are here in mid-Michigan.
Decision will still impact, though, thousands of workers and businesses here in mid-Michigan. Several of our local unions represent thousands of people working in plants, metal, and processing centers, as well as propulsion and casting facilities, mostly under General Motors in Saginaw, Bay City, Burton, and Flint, home to the Flint Assembly. That plant alone employs more than 5,000 workers and is GM's longest running assembly plant in North America.
UAW President Shawn Fain says the strategy of a stand-up strike will keep companies guessing. He called on 3 units to stand up at midnight. We have those on your screen for you. So GM Wentzville, Missouri, Local 2250 in Region 4. Stellantis in Toledo, Ohio, Assembly Local 12 in Region 2B. And Ford Michigan Assembly, Local 900 in Region 1A. That Michigan plant is in Wayne and formerly known as the Michigan Truck Plant.
And if we need to go all out, we will. Everything is on the table.
The automakers and the UAW are reportedly still far apart on those negotiations and the demands for better wages, pensions, and benefits. The union says it is actively bargaining to reach a deal for economic and social justice.
Today, there will be a UAW rally in Detroit at 4. UAW is asking people to join the fight to, quote, make things right at the big three.
Over the last few weeks, workers are letting the union president do all the talking.
And now the people on the ground floor at the plants giving their 2 cents about these issues, many saying they're willing to fight for what they want.
This won't be the first time for me and just about everybody in the plant, including some of the temps were here out here in 2019. So, you know, they've been through it. They understand what it is. It's just part of the process. And we're willing to do what we need to do to get a fair deal.
What's the phrase? The honest day's work for honest day's pay. And the work part's been there. The pay part hasn't. It's just we have not been made whole from the 15 years of saving this company. I mean, that's half a generation. We spent half a generation to save this company.
Local UAW chairman on Thursday telling TV5 everyone in the plant there is calm and working, but machines are being prepped for shutdown just in case they do get the direction to walk out.
And in a show of support early this morning, local representative Amos O'Neill of Saginaw saying in a statement, quote, Michigan's working people deserve fair pay and better benefits. That's what workers are asking for, nothing more or less than to be paid what they're worth. O'Neill also says that he hopes this dispute is resolved quickly. For the latest strike developments and other news and weather updates, be sure to download the TV5 mobile app. That's WNEMTV5 News app. You can find it in the App Store or on Google Play.
And make sure you stay with us for continuing coverage of the strikes as they happen throughout the morning.
Let's go ahead and jump straight into your weather. Matthew, we're expecting some pretty decent things for the weekend.
Absolutely, yeah, and even for today too, definitely a little bit warmer this afternoon than yesterday. And even yesterday was a pretty nice day. I'd say take advantage of this Friday here. We really couldn't ask for much better weather as we head into the afternoon. And once we get into this time of year, days like this are going to start to become a little bit harder to come by, especially as we are expecting some showers this weekend, but mostly with that rain on Sunday. And that's something we'll take a look at in your full forecast. But for this morning, just a little bit of patchy fog popping up, especially towards central Michigan. This fog hasn't been as widespread as it was at times yesterday morning, but this is all just with our clearing skies and with our cooler temperatures too. The coldest temperature we have right now, 39 in Clare. It is 48 though in Bay City, 51 in Flint. We actually still have 58 in Caseville. So a cool morning, at least if you're outside of those shoreline areas as we start off on our Friday here. So for the bus stops this morning, again, some of that patchy fog, otherwise mostly clear. Most of us us falling down into the upper 40s. Those afternoon bus stops warmer than yesterday. 72 degrees, mostly sunny this afternoon. Shouldn't have as many fair weather clouds this afternoon, so that will allow for even more sunshine later today, and then plenty of clear skies as we head into this evening. Our Friday Night Lights game of the week, Frankenmuth visiting Birch Run. That'll be right around 68 degrees for that kickoff at 7 p.m., falling down to around 57 by 9 p.m. So might just want to have a sweater at least for the second half of all of our games this evening. We'll take a look at more game forecasts, but also your weekend. That's coming up a little bit later. But in your live on time traffic, sponsored by Mid-Michigan Toyota dealers, no crashes to report towards Lansing. All clear that way. And if you're traveling towards Metro Detroit, those drive times have been in great shape as we start off on this Friday. Sarah, Blake, send it back to you.
Matthew, thanks. Across Michigan, with an already tense presidential election up ahead, state lawmakers are considering legislation to protect poll workers. It would make harassing a poll worker a crime with possible prison time. Its sponsor is a Democrat whose husband is a longtime clerk, a job that depends on the help of poll workers to make things run smoothly.
He's had some of those folks come and say, I can't work elections anymore. My adult children won't let me. They don't want me in this atmosphere. They don't want me threatened or harmed.
The proposed legislation would make harassing or intimidating a poll worker a misdemeanor for the first 2 offenses with possible jail time. The third offense would be a felony. A recent survey from the Brennan Center of Justice found among more than 11,000 election officials in the nation, 30% say they've been harassed or even abused. The legislation is now in House Election Committee.
Michigan's unemployment rate is on the rise. Data from the Department of Technology, Management and Budget shows the state's jobless rate rose to 3.7% in August. The national jobless rate advanced by 0.3 of a percentage point to 3.8% over the month. Michigan's August rate was 0.1 of a percentage point below the U.S. rate.
Developing this morning, U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow announcing $5 million is going to the Genesee Conservation District. That will go toward planting and maintaining trees and to provide opportunities for people in urban areas to enjoy nature. The funding comes from the Inflation Reduction Act.
Midland Senior Services now offering updated flu and COVID vaccines. Clinics at multiple locations throughout the county giving shots over the next few weeks for adults 65 and up. You don't need to make an appointment, but Senior Services does say to bring your insurance card and your COVID card. For a list of times and locations, go ahead to our website, WNEM.com, to check out this story.
And more local news, a quick update for you. After a lengthy remodel, the Goodwill store on North Euclid in Bay City has its reopening date. It's officially Saturday at 9 in the morning. And get this, the first 25 shoppers in line will get a free Goodwill goodie bag.
All right, TV5 News time this morning is 5:35.
More details now after a shooting turned deadly in Saginaw Thursday evening. What we know right now, that's ahead.
After the break, we're taking a look at a few fun events happening over the weekend. Stick around. We'll be right back after Blake.
Yeah, sure. We take this live look at Flint, everyone. It is Friday. We love that feeling, and we love seeing clear conditions out there, too. Let's take a look at our on-time traffic brought to you by your Mid-Michigan Toyota dealers. And looking pretty good right now. Make sure you stick around for Matthew's forecast. That's up in about 2 minutes.